Hey, Austin, y'all have had a lot of success going against third-day pitchers this year, and you'll probably get the number 3 pitcher for Notre Dame. How confident are y'all that y'all can keep that going?
I mean, we're extremely confident. I mean, yeah, like you said, we've played good on Sundays, and Notre Dame's going to throw somebody good. I mean, one of the best teams in the country. That's why they're here. So we're just going to go and stick to our approach that we have been, and hopefully that works out for us.
You know, frequently as we've gone through the season, Coach Schloss has talked about, what program building and how he wants to continue to build the program, get it to where he wants to be. But when y'all are already here at this place, what does it say about the group of guys and where the program is now?
I mean, it's huge. You can just see what he can do and what he's done. I mean, he's brought in a great group of seniors and great group of transfers, and he's going to keep doing that every single year, and we're going to be here a bunch. I know we are.
How do y'all feel that you played, overall as a team since you've been here?
I mean, my first year was 2020, and we easily could have been here. And last year, we were a great team last year. We just couldn't put it together and couldn't strand those wins together. And it was a tough year last year, but this year it's been so much fun, and I love these guys, and I love this coaching staff. And it's like I said, it's just been a bunch of fun.
And I mean, since y'all been here in
Omaha,
how do y'all feel as a team that you've played in your first 2 games?
I mean, on the offensive side, I feel like we played great. I mean, we scored 18 runs, 8 the first game, 10 the second, and then on the pitching side, I mean, struggled in the first game, which I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to have those games, and then last game, I mean, shutting down an offense like Texas has, I mean, it's huge. So I feel like they play good. Yes.
Coach had mentioned one time he looks for guys who are like, I think the way he said it was Boy Scouts off the field, away from the field, and then warriors, or I forget what word he used, but warriors on the field. How do y'all go about doing that? That's not always the easiest.
Well, it's just once you step in the doors of the field, you got to lock it in, and you got to know that you're a baseball player whenever you walk in. Everything that's going on in your life outside of baseball, you don't worry about. All you worry about is the team and what you can do to help the team that day and win baseball games.
Well, 18 runs in 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, are y'all playing your best baseball, or do you feel like y'all can play better?
Yeah, I mean, after the first game, it was kind of, it's tough, giving that many runs up in 2 innings. But you saw, like, as we've done all year with our offense, we still put up 8 runs against, I think he was the best lefty in the Big 12 this year, and then I think one of our previous starters and then their closer. So certainly if we play OU again, then, I mean, we're fully prepared for that.
Y'all have done well against third day or number 3 pitchers. You're probably going to see the Notre Dame's number 3 guy. Do you just expect that you're going to continue that?
Yeah, I mean, that's our expectation, I think, with every game we go into, just our offense, wearing down pitchers. And certainly it's a little bit different, facing same team 3 times in a row, and then they kind of learn about your offense. You learn about how pitching staff works for the other team. So, I mean, we just have the same mentality going into each game, and so we'll just do our best as an offense to wear the pitchers down.
I know Coach Schloss has talked to us a couple times about how he wants to continue to build the program, and that the program needs to be built in certain ways, but y'all are sitting here right where you are now. Is it kind of a little bit of a chuckle, like, well, hey, it's pretty built at this point?
Right, and this what you want. The goal is to win a national title every year, and that just speaks volume to the guys on our team with the transfer portal that came in, and even the freshmen that are playing a big role, and then to all the coaches that came in and put together a great team in 1 year.
That play you made against Oklahoma, the diving play where you checked second, went to first. I know there was a lot of people raving about that on the broadcast on Twitter. Have you heard about that one a few times at all? Or?
Yeah, I talked to the announcer after the game about it, actually, and he was just telling me, hey, it was a great job with your footwork there. It was just kind of in the moment play, and didn't really think about it. Just happened so fast.
Was it Eduardo Perez?
Yeah.
That's what did he have to say about it to you?
He just kind of introduced himself. He was like, hey, he stopped me in the hallway after I think our team press conference, and was just like, hey, that was a great play, great footwork. That was elite stuff for third baseman.
Coach has mentioned that he likes to have guys who are Boy Scouts away from the field, and then warriors or whatever word he uses on the field. How do you pull that off? That's probably not always the easiest thing in the world, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have people off the field that are looking up to you, and so you have to respect that and but also when you're on the field, you have to be, you know, a little bit different, have to carry yourself a different way, and, you know, have that confidence or swagger on the field and, you know, go out and play baseball.
In the same vein, I know you're one of the guys that's gone on, make sure you signed a few balls afterwards. Is that as cool for you as it is for the kids?
Oh, for sure, because, I mean, I was in that spot not too long ago. You know, I grew up coming to Aggie games and sitting outside the locker room waiting for players and getting autographs, and, you know, at the end of the day, whether you win or lose, you know, the kids don't care. They just, you know, think you're their superhero, and it's a good feeling.
Was there one of those interactions or autographs you had standing outside the locker room that sticks out to you that you kind of model after?
No, I thought it was pretty cool that all the little kids wanted pictures with horns down, though.
There are those that are saying that your at bat yesterday might be the most important or whatever ever in A&M baseball history.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
that?
a pretty cool feeling. No, I mean, it was definitely I think a game-changing at bat. But looking back, I mean, just again speaking volumes to our offense with JT. I think he had a 7 or 8 pitch at bat, and so did Cole. So, you know, maybe I was the one that wore down the pitcher just enough for him to make him good enough pitch and, you know, drive in those 2 runs.
Is the longer the game lasts, is that the better for you guys? So you shoot for 5-hour games?
You know, it kind of seems like it at this point. I guess we have the stamina and endurance of doing it all season long, and, you know, maybe it is something, maybe it's not, but I mean, that is kind of what we've been doing all season.
Have you ever come to Omaha as a kid, CWS? Or is it
I have never. I've watched it on TV every year, but I mean, this is pretty surreal. You know, seeing it on TV, growing up every summer, and then actually being here and playing it is awesome.
So you talked about meeting some of the Aggies when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any, like maybe one of those players who stands out, or anything along those lines that you met, thinking back on it, or maybe an autograph you still have?
I mean, my cousin played here in 2009 to 2011, so I was with. I was back like when Stripling, Waka, and Naquin were all playing. You know, so getting to know those guys, you know, growing up and coming to games and getting their autographs was pretty cool.
What's the most fun thing you've done here so far, outside of the baseball?
We went to the game. What game was it? It was Auburn and Ole Miss the other night, the night game, and, you know, kind of walking around the stadium, kids recognize you and want to take a picture. That was pretty cool. And, you know, walking around the stadium, kind of from a fan's perspective and seeing it, you know, looking out onto the field was pretty cool too. Walking around the stadium and concourse and all that.
Does that give you a little different perspective going back down on the field afterwards?
For sure. It's like, I mean, you notice like how many people and how many eyes are on you when you're on the field, which is pretty cool. You know, like I said earlier, all those little kids think you're their superhero and, you know, playing for something bigger.
Oh, have you? What do you know about Notre Dame?
We haven't talked about it, so I mean, I know a little bit. I watched the game that they played Tennessee, and I know they played well. I saw that their pitcher struggled a little bit last night, but I mean, we're just gonna go and play our brand of baseball and figure it out. So that's all I got.